Good morning, friends. This is Pastor Carol Jeanette, interim pastor at Lord of Life Lutheran Church in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I hope you are doing well on this wonderful, beautiful sunny morning. Now, everywhere I look around right now, people are trying to figure out what reopening means and what that needs to look like. Now, notice I'm intentional about not saying reopening after the coronavirus because in reality, we're reopening during the coronavirus. And I think that's an important thing to keep in mind. As for me, it's very easy to slip back into thinking that because we're talking about reopening, that means everything is going back to normal. I wish, but that is not the reality. The Lord of Life Congregation Council met last evening, and like everyone else around this time, a primary part of our agenda was talking about reopening. But the hard reality is that our reopening is going to bear little resemblance to what we were doing in the past, at least not at this point. Reopening for us is going to mean that we're going to continue to watch the numbers of cases very carefully, new cases of the virus. We're going to continue to listen to and follow the guidelines that are given by Kenosha City and Kenosha County. We're going to be creative. We're going to try to be creative as we deal with this reality that the world in front of us is nothing like the world behind us. And in light of that, we're going to be thinking through how we're going to be in mission in this new place, this new world. So in the coming weeks, we're going to be creative and experimental as we develop and try new possibilities for worship and try to find new and better ways of staying connected and being in ministry in our place and time. So, our first experiment is going to be on the day of Pentecost, Sunday, May 31st. The plan is to have drive-in worship. Now, more details are going to come later, but think about how you can decorate your vehicle in red to celebrate the Spirit and decorate yourself in red as we celebrate that day. So I don't want these contemplations to just be announcements about congregational things. We'll do the announcements more formally in other places. But this morning I want to think a little bit more about what is helpful, where we are right now, right here. Yeah, things are still tough. And despite the changes that are going on with this conversation about reopening, the things that we need to do to love our neighbors have not shifted that much. Yeah, there's more freedom to go out, but that means that now we have to be more responsible for ourselves and others if and when we do go out. So at this point, I think that encouragement would be a good ministry to cultivate. This was a ministry of the very early church. The Apostle Paul wrote to the Thessalonians, "Therefore encourage one another and build each other up as indeed you are doing." Now, a former colleague of mine from New Mexico, Pastor Kay Huggins, suggests that perhaps for such a time as this, the church will be a loud and lovely source of encouragement in a world that is weary of restrictions and sorrow. My friends, I give thanks to God for your faithfulness, for your stamina, and your love during these weeks. I encourage you to continue as we move forward. And perhaps today and in the days to come, you might encourage one another and build each other up. Encourage a family member, a neighbor, an old friend, a colleague, an essential worker, and then do it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And what we will see is Christ's encouragement filling this place. My friends, stay faithful, stay loving. Find joy in the midst of struggle. Find God in the midst of struggle. And encourage each other in our journey together. Peace be with you this day.